I forgot what's the number of the episode, but I don't care. It's probably like 10 or something. Yada yada yada. Experience in war. Look, I've gone through a lot of shit, but I'll be Lightfoot leader. So here's an idea. I guess if you want more land, I guess Carvuna would be the option. You'll have to grab Dorum for this piece. And of course, don't forget to bring your Kagan friends and the other Khans. Okay, we got them all. Over there. Might want to bring mercenaries just in case. Or the Barber Company. Let's employ them to our service. And hope to God this is the last war I'm ever gonna fight that involves mercenaries. How did we survive as a Zoroastrian nation? It's beyond me. Just gather together in Nicopolis, then we'll get to it. And you better get there fast. Bulgarians are right on our doorstep. They'll be here in January. We're coming in columns. Zach Blumia is Zoroastrian. Now let's make that area Zoroastrian. Wondering, hey, what are you guys? Just be patient over here. So they were spreading about stuff that involves natural philosophy and now Plato. Honor the ancients. You gotta respect their wisdom. Alright. Here we are. Just bring out the best commanders to the job. Let's kick some ass. Lord knows how much fortifications did the Byzantines build for these Muslim Bulgarians. But we just hope for this war to be an easy one. Oh, I forgot. Silly me. You're supposed to pound them into submission. Sometimes I wish I had this little specialty that's called Holy Warrior, where I have better damage against religious enemies. If we been fighting infidels for so long. Alright, begin the siege after we take care of this army. Thank God I have a wife that's good with money. Yep, the Byzantines themselves, well, they were actually Bulgarians there first. That for nearly 200 years, was less than 200 years since the Byzantines controlled that area. And, they made it how it is. Again, this is part of the expansionism of my own Yugoslavia to include Bulgaria, and then therefore then we finally unified almost all of Bulgaria. Even though historically Bulgaria was never a part of Yugoslavia, but there was considerations, but that never occurred. So we're trying to make this into a reality by the means of Zoroastrian holy wars. And we can usurp the title of King of Bulgaria. He doesn't deserve that title anymore. Who the hell's he? I'll deal with him soon. Okie dokie. Mind you, these are all Croatian vassals that I'm installing. Wait a minute. Oh, Zoroastrian. I see. I was beginning to wonder. Just get on. Now I feel the burden is lifted. Bigger Croatia. Alright. Now that this episode continues, and I just wanted to point out something. As far as the date goes, I skipped a little bit of time because the thing I just did recently would take up a lot of time on this video. Because just wanted to reshuffle the deck, so to speak, on the vassals. I revoked all the titles of the some of the prisoners I have, except for the Slovene here, because, you know, he's somewhat of a nice guy. But I gave my son Bosnia, and my other son Slavonia. Who else? We gave Duke Dobroslav of Dukla, which he's also Duke of Raška, Wallachia, and Transylvania. We gave him which was originally held by some Bosnian of the Bosnian culture, which you can only found a culture if you control any of these 4 counties that you see here. And then we installed a Vlach vassal in Vidin, because he's from there, so therefore we had to install one and make them become Zoroastrian. And when we captured eastern Bulgaria, we installed a Bulgarian and made him convert to Zoroastrianism as well. And this one count, Avar, same thing. Hold on. Had to spit something out for a moment. So yeah, we installed an Avar, a Bulgarian, and a Vlach, which he was originally an iconoclast. This one was originally a Muslim, and Vlach was originally a pagan, Slavic pagan in particular. And now that we have pretty much got things settled, and I could finally change the succession law I wanted. No more Gavelkind. But this time we'll do this is a common succession law, especially applied in real life kingdoms of yesteryear and today. It would have been interesting if we had tried a seniority succession, because every time we have a new king is usually old. But seniority is kind of like something merchant republics like Venice would do. And the youngest child inherits, which is an odd thing, and I wouldn't do that. And 1 year ago, when I used to play as Croatia as my very first playthrough, I used to be an elective monarchy throughout. But the problem is, if you were voting for somebody that you want on the throne, whether it be your son or brother that you know of who's got really good traits, and yet the vassals would vote for the other guy. But an elective Gavelkind, oh, that's worse than Gavelkind. That's only for those pagans up there, including Russia up there, which I don't know what their succession law is, because I don't remember. So we're going to go over this one, which the oldest child of the ruler inherits all titles. My successor will like the law, but other members of my dynasty will slightly disapprove. And that's how it's going to be. And it's still agnatic-cognatic. If there are no sons, then one of the daughters would have taken over, but having another Queen of Croatia in the future is only wishful thinking. How many supporters do I have in the council? Because I was beginning to wonder if we can... Oh, everybody's against that. If I only had about at least 3 loyalists in my council, I would have got that war declaration sovereignty to go to me. And then eventually we would abolish the council power, and we go back to being an absolute monarchy, which Croatia originally was. And we haven't been that way since the old pagan days. Now enough of my ranting, and we're in good standards in both economy and military we'll have, and we're still expanding the military. And unfortunately I'm still a craven, but Eastern Bulgaria is split from the rest of Croatia, so we want this one to be incorporated into Bulgarian land. So I don't know if I should try Vorse vassalization or Holy War for Mosia. And this one county down here, that's part of the Muslim Defensive Pact against me, because I've been expanding as of late. I think a holy war would do, because it would just increase the moral authority of Zoroastrianism. So let's do that. And there's his only ally, this guy that we beat earlier. And there's no need for allies just yet. I think I can manage. So just head to Nicopolis. My studies in trading have taught me the general tactics of flanks and center, but I can hardly master everything. Let's see, Lightfoot leader. Main secret is to be unpredictable. So I'm going to be a trickster, which will be an unpredictable element in the battlefield. The enemy won't see it coming, neither will I. We'll just experiment with things. What if it's good or bad, but... Oh, and also, arranging betrothals to have some of these people be married, even if it's formerly my concubine. And speaking of betrothal, okay, let's do it. Oh, actually, this way. Where is my heir? My Zoroastrian heir. Kresimir. Look. Since Petra is Kresimir's sister, it would be a sacred Exodod union, pleasing. We're going to please the Zoroastrian vassals, so that we're going to have our very first, eventually. I don't know if it's later in the episode or the next one. Most likely the next one, because the amount of time I've been speaking, that we will have a brother and sister marriage. Oh yeah, she's betrothed to him. And I kind of want to do something with the Guardian, because I don't want her to be... Who's got the best intrigue? We don't have good spy masters. But we do have a genius. And he's my spy master, so yeah. Okay, let's get this show on the road. Wounded by angry peasants while collecting taxes. Oh really, these people beat the shit out of you. Oh, sorry, Seslav. What is this? Where's that at? Are you attacking? Okay, you're attacking. Okay, whatever. But don't expect me to be there unless I have to bring my boats out and oh, never mind. The Capsian Sea is an isolated sea. Young Sylvia just walked up to me today, striking up conversation. We ended up having a long talk about many great things. Say, what a nice child. It's too bad we don't have the ability to drive through rivers. Move on to there. Apparently, Anatolia also declared war just to get this county too, so we better win that damn race. In the race of besieging this territory, which shouldn't be too hard. Hey, how about some money? Because, you know, I'm a greedy bastard. Well, I don't have the greedy trait, but still. Oh, wait a minute. Don't make that decision for me. Come on, don't make this decision for me. This is difficult. I would have to break the alliance in order to help my other ally. But based on experience, look, your vassal's army is too little. While where's the Kagan? Where does he live? While you, on the other hand, have a much better army, so I would say no, I will not help you because the Yabagoids are much better. So, sorry. Sorry, I'm an alliance-breaking son of a beeswax. In about 10 years, you'll get over it. So, sorry. It's a tributary war anyway. Okay, army eliminated. Now. Casimir says his favorite toy is missing and he won't go to bed without it. I may have thrown it out today when I was tidying up. Yeah, tidying up over there in Dodostrom. 10 years old and you still need a toy? I'll get a new one. My offer to purchase a new toy was rejected by Casimir. He's upset that I even suggest such a thing. There's no pleasing this child. No matter which choice you pick in that event, he'll always get mad. Where if you found it and it's like, it stinks. Or try to purchase them and they want like, oh, no. I mean, fussy. And this is what you could lead. Patient, greedy, or paranoid. Very particular about details. This land is mine. Mine, damn it. And now we fight each other because apparently, he made it our business. Land is yours. So, here you go. Now we gotta deal with these guys and kick them out of the country. Because you made it our business now. So in other words, these guys are mad. It's like, haha, we won the race and you didn't. Anyways, line up better. We have military innovations is always nice. Why don't you grab this land? I mean, that's not part of Bulgaria. Pansies. Guess you must have got taken prisoners and I wasn't paying attention of what these cons were doing up there. Today is a sad day. The dog I became the guardian of that has loyally defended my family and I from evil spirits has passed away. Today is the day of mourning and sorrow. He was loyal until the end. He was a good dog. And you're calling the Duke of Cardsley? That's in Georgia, mind you. Not Georgia, U.S. state. Georgia, country, or like where that's highlighted. Over there. He was such a good dog. Xenon. He's a eunuch. He's stressed? I can understand. It's stressful in being a eunuch of sorts when you have your testicles castrated. You know, if I was born with no balls and happened to be a Greek, I would have called myself Testicles. I've used that joke almost 5 years ago. So who died? Ah, jeez. We just don't have good people with good learning, do we? What are you good intrigue? Intrigue, damn it. And I kind of want to save this to be the future Mobad when Vito me press away. This guy's incapable. Oh, that's what happened. He was incapable. Something happened to him. Bedridden. Because he has slow fever. Oh, feel sorry for him. Okay, we're gonna go besiege one of his territories. Because apparently he lives in Bulgaria. Man, will we ever take a break of having everlasting peace? But at least we're, I was able to save up my money, which I also did, just to build up sick houses so we can have more disease resistance, so we won't have any problems back home. And Boyan's finally dead. The new mayor of Carlobag's got some chicks here. Right. Much better. Where's Petra? You. Hey, Jeff. After the siege, my friend brings me a series of precious books they found in holding. I take an interest of a particular one, which will require some translation. Yeah, why not? Symposium. What is this? As the sieging continues. Yeah, let's see. There it is. A philosophical text by Plato. It depicts a group of notable men at a banquet giving speeches discussing the nature of love. Plato, huh? Not again. Look, the Khagan's been good to me, so I'll decline. Broke another alliance. Oh god, he's a leper. Teach him to be a trickster. We're gonna have to deal with those guys across the river. Alright, besiege one more holding, then we'll go across the Danube to deal with these wise guys. Oh yeah. I mean, we're super rich, so we'll be willing to give her funds. Married to a rich woman, which should be willing to give me money. Have to beat it out to you one more time, which I'll be more than welcome. Come here. Okay. Oh. Oh, oh. Make you a future spy master even though you're possessed. There, we win. No more wars, please. I'm tired. And we were able to get more money out of the war reparations from those guys. What can I do? Why not spend on something really expensive? You know, just save up money for whatever that's needed. Yeah, that was the guy who... I forgot who. Oh, god damn it. Slavic uprising. He came from Belgrade. Just when I was ready to settle down and relax. Just hope those Serbs better get their asses up and help us. I didn't know my friend's a genius. Maybe I could see her being a chancellor in the future. What the hell? What the hell's going on up there? Oh, expect this part to be Poland then. We're bordered by another giant. My concubine Yoko Domokoyevich has just informed me that Count Balgaji of Bax tried to recruit her in a scheme to seduce my concubine. Isn't that the guy I hired? Yeah, you're depressed and everything. Go. Alright, let's go kick their asses. Then we'll have peace. And have a festival. Where's that's another bag. Ah, damn it, we missed it. Well, there's always next year. Now, can we have peace? Can we have peace at least just 1 year? Oh, Christmas. Stewardship education. We always need another king who's good with money. Because the last two kings we had didn't even... Ah yes, the Bulgarian. Halt! I forgot about this. Don't get sick. Should write a book about express my views on Zoroastrian faith. I think I know what to do. Is there any more concubines around here? Oh, there's her. Wondering, you can always have one more. just increase prestige slightly. That pop-up just went away. What have you been spending? Woo! Think. Just trying to look for something that we don't usually do with each other. A library and a hospital. The next time, if I want to save up cultural advances, I wanted to save it up so I could spend it on Majesty 4, which will give me ability to start the wars. Introduce the heir to the realm. Oh, of course. I have invited my vassal to partake in a formal introduction to my heir, Prince Kresimir. He will have to exchange many pleasantries and act in a very formal way. Something that he might be tiresome for someone as young as him. However, I have full confidence that he will not disappoint me. They'll be here soon. Not to mention he will be the first ever ruler to marry someone of a close kin, as per Zoroastrian tradition. Oh my god. Signed a non-aggression pact with Russia. I've always wanted to be friends with Russia. Way back in the pagan days, I wanted to be friends with them. As Kresimir introduced him to Herbat Sislav, he not only presents himself with grace, but also manages to impress Sislav by skillfully complimenting him. I taught him everything he knows. Let him come. We'll ambush him at the end. Which, yeah. Never realized how controversial the Zoroastrian faith can be. I need to finish this book to clear my mind. That's what it always says, no matter what. Seems that if Kresimir has started getting along incredibly well with the child of one of the visiting vassals, Kresimir and Ognjen Krasimirovic are becoming fast friends. Krasimirovic. Oh, he's Slovenian. Right. I was wondering, hey, they have a dynasty named after my son. Kresimir introduces himself to Mayor Vertigo of Vigilia. Now he accidentally spills a beverage all over his shoes, but also managed to insult all of his ancestors. What ancestors? Of course you would spill the beverage on his shoes because he's blind! And he's stressed because you probably did that to him, or to the fact that he's blind. But don't worry, he's a patient man. He'll be like, that's cool. That's cool. Spill my drink. Because I'm blind. Because I can't see. And I have to run to town, damn it! I had finished the writing on the thoughts of the Zoroastrian faith. I realized that my view is quite different from the common tradition. There's only one person can help me decide. He answers all of it and just gain piety. I was thinking about being honest so I could become Manichaean. And become Manichaean, then go back to being Zoroastrian just to get that trait. Cheap, isn't it? Trespassers. Jump them. It is never really clear that all the visiting vassals of that Prince Kresimir has been infatuated with Kresimir's wife, Duke Kresimir. Not my Kresimir, but Kresimir of Dalmatia, with his duchess. While harmless, Kresimir is still following around like a dog. Seems it does be amused. Teenage infatuation. Vladislav. My god, this guy was going to be the future Mobad. Now you spilled an insult all of his ancestors. Damn it. Kid's a disaster. Whip his ass. This has to be in on October. A large merchant caravan from distant lands has arrived at the gates of my stronghold. Their leader, a jovial man of massive girth, pleads me with a strange accent to grant them shelter from the elements for the night. Get in. As evening falls, the fat merchant sits by the fire and regales me the room. The rest of the court to the stories of his travels. His appetite seems insatiable, as I do not wish to approve a poor host. I've ordered my servants to bring in the second serving. Tell us more about this mythical realm of Hindustan. Still alive to tell the tale. Dawn breaks and the caravan prepares to move on. The merchant insists on leaving me a gift as a thanks for my great hospitality. He shouts in a terse command in a foreign language, and a young man comes forward. This eunuch will serve you well, the merchant says. His loyalty to his new master shall be beyond reproach. Lovely. Monday. African. Court eunuch. Accept the gift. It's always nice to have you. See? I taught everything he knows. The last of my vassals have left and Prince Cosme looks relieved. He's obviously exhausted from all the formalities, but having been introduced like this will hopefully serve him well in the future. I've done my best to groom him with a worthy, but let me tell you, he can be a bit of a jackass. Hey, would you like to be a Zoroastrian? Ding ding ding. Ouch, ouch. Okay, it has to be during the fall season. I think that's what it's supposed to be. So this fall, we'll do it. And get back to my study. How about a poem for my beloved? I don't usually interact with my wife that much. I mean, she's my rich wife. Opinions kinda here and there. Oh, you're outraged by the success change in alliance breakers. Oh, jeez. No wonder. Oh, you got wounded by angry peasants again for the taxes. Whoa, that's a lot of money. Oh yes, usurp this title and give it to the Bulgarian. I feel rewarded, thanks to her. There you go. Wonder if there's a way I can... Just out of curiosity. No, never mind. Because the problem is, it says it was going to be incorporated into the Kingdom of Croatia in about 25 years, which I kind of don't want that. But in the future, I also want Mosia and Sereca to become part of Croatia. Then I'll give Bulgaria independence and make them a tributary state. That's the reason why I want Majesty 4. So we can establish a tributary state, a permanent tributary state. So, in a sense, Croatia is kind of an empire, but we want to be a tributary type of an empire. Much like the Persian Empire, the Achaemenid Empire of old. I won't live long enough for me to compose a book. I was thinking about composing a book. I should do it whenever I play as the next character. looking. Need more heavy cavalry. We just want to be a strong Croatia. It was harder than I thought, but I managed to finish the poem. All there left to do is present it. Surely it won't press Susanna. This will strengthen our bond. Read the poem. I arranged a perfect opportunity to present the poem in my private course. She is anxious to hear what is on my mind. You, whom I cannot leave or even briefly forget. 50-50. Not exactly the best person to write a poem, but multiple readers, an equal chance to success. What do you think? As she finished reading the poem, she abruptly embraces me, flattered by kind words. Great, I'm a poet. Sure, I may be craven, but I am a hell of a poet. Solid rock breaks the best steel. My men will be that rock. It's for morale defense, because I have a feeling we might fight more in these defensive wars. And I'm not changing this focus. This is going to be the focus till the day I die, because I want to get rid of that craven trait. And as I said before throughout the series, it's wishful thinking. Kingdom of Italy. The ancient Lombard kingdom was established in Italy after a long history of migration originating in Northern Europe. Along the way, the Lombards themselves changed, both influencing and becoming influenced by the regions they've settled. Now it has finally come to pass that the Lombard lands in Italy no longer have a Lombard ruler. This effectively spells the end of the name of the Kingdom of the Lombards, and we shall henceforth speak of the Kingdom of Italy. The Lombard heritage shall live on. Se Transigoria Mundi. Oh, it's a Greek. And then it's going to go back to being Lombard. Now it's Italy. If only it was ran by Italians. But they're not. Ooh. You're in for a hell of a time. Stop! Oh, finally we can hold that festival that I've always wanted to do in the peacetime. But just hold on. Shut the gates. Is there an epidemic? Oh, that's in Bulgaria. Never mind. My goodness, look at the monthly balance in the income. 42. We're a rich country. It's all thanks to my wonderful, wonderful wife who's good with money, and she's a trade master. And the reason for that is, in our county, silk shipment and silver shipment. This is what she do. This is what she does with the goods that she's been buying. So she can put it into here, and then bam, well, money, money. All right, now money is to be spent on something we've wanted to do for years. Hold the Jasnizadid festival. According to legend, Persian King Hussein discovered the secret of fire in the Hallowed Pass and brought it to benefit all people. We Mazdans celebrate this with the Jasnizadid festival. It is held to honor fire and to defeat the forces of darkness, frost, and cold. Send out the invitations. Every duke, count, mayor, and urbad are to be attended. Hopefully. Everyone. There's Radomir, a shrewd diplomat. A festive mood is in the air. Bonfires are being built near the temples and lakes. Fathers have taken their sons to gather wood for the pyres, while the women prepare food for the festival. Who does not give a branch, may God not grant the wish. When I say God, I mean Ahura Mazda or Suvan, some form of good spirit. Soon the fires are lit. As part of the Joshua Sudik, Mobats blessed their communities with the Atash Ninayish, the lenity of fire. As a sovereign, I'm expected to attend a ceremony in my capital. Let me see. Learn. Almost all my vassals like me, except for this man, but he'll get over it soon. I will also honor Zoroaster with the poem because I have the poet trait. Just diplomacy +1 for about 5 years. The fires are lit. The group of priests carry the sacred fire to the throne room. My vassals follow them and are directed to their seats by servants. Let us celebrate the glory of Ahura Mazda. She got a barrel of alcohol. The celebrations are finally over. I have feasted on a bountiful food while outside the bonfires have burnt out. Having successfully driven away the demons of frost and cold. Soon the light of summer shall be upon us. Till next time. Vassal opinions 5, 200 prestige and 100 piety. Stuff like this is very important. So how about we hold another feast? Let's have a great feast. And all my vassals will be there. Let's have another. Since my wife really likes me, I'll ask her for my assistance. She is truly talented in her way without a realm of Rome. However, these talents are wasted. Perhaps could make good use of them. I do need help keeping my records. Bookkeeping and administration. When I opened the door, I saw no one, but as I stepped aside to close it, a group of acrobats cartwheeled it, somersaulted, and tumbled in. They all performed all sorts of tricks, while everyone watching exploding in applause when they finished. You'll be perfect for my feast. No feast is complete without boar meat. We will get the prestigious task of hunting and slaying the boars when needed for the feast. Sent out Marshal Mayor Ratimir. Eek. My doll half-sister. No. I don't want you. We'll tool for this. The best part about preparing the feast is deciding what foodstuff to serve. I must purchase venison, boar, a duck, and spices, wine and ale, honey for the desserts, cheeses, and perhaps even a swan or peacock. Listen, I will spend lavishly on food. We're rich, damn it. And I got a rich wife to boot. Most of the preparations of the feast have been made, and I have to send out the invitations. I hereby invite you to... Okay, my wife Susanna has accepted my order to help improve the realm's economic affairs. She appears somewhat displeased by this order. However, it is not a small task I have placed on her after all. My orders still stand, whether she likes it or not. Okay. The mayor of Livno is not going. Just only Livno. The guests have finally arrived. All is ready. The cooks have worked day and night preparing the food, and the castle's never looked lovelier. Welcome to my feast. Started talking to one of my guests at the feast and found them most interesting. Hours flew by. The wine bottles were emptied. Other guests excused themselves and went to bed, but we kept talking until the wee hours. I've never met a more fascinating person. Oh hey, it's the Dalmatian. The guy who doesn't like me, but now he likes me. My wife Susanna was captive about a grace and straight with hunting birds and begged me for a bird. A falcon will serve you well. And my wife's made me more money. The last of the guests has returned home, and everyone agreed that it was this year's greatest feast. I've had great fun, and so did everyone else. Spared no expense. Spouse stressed by her workload. My wife was found by her chambermaids in her study again last night, sleeping using a thick book as a pillow and a burnt-out candle on her desk. Her haggard appearance tells the story of many sleepless nights poring over the records and letters. Perhaps she is struggling to keep up the work I have placed on her. I'm confident that Susanna will handle her work. Administrative reform, census. My wife has come to me with an ambitious and costly proposal. By taking a survey of my subjects' wealth, health, and other bits of information deemed relevant, she is adamant that my administration could be far more efficient. After all, it had once worked for the Romans. It surely worked now. Whoa. No stone shall be unturned. I will pay for that census. Big money, and we'll make all that money back in no time. God, I love peacetime. Taking a break from wars. Or any form of fighting at all. And there she's stressed again. Really pushing my wife to the limit of her administrative capabilities. Okay, well, let's get another dog. How about CK2, the dog of water? The dog of the water is the most revered of all the dogs. They are what keeps our fields watered and healthy, our bellies full, and worries gone. Ooh, National Vault Risk. It is our honor to the house of the CK2. Get a court decision. Count Miroslav. He's a Satanist and a murderer. Yep, burn him. Plus, he's really old. And now the new Serbian vassal, Roman. And we got Vikings on our doorstep. So, yeah, we've had a good time fighting and feasting. That's what it is, basically. So, when you see the next episode, you will see my son go into adulthood. And then a couple more years later, he will marry my daughter. By God, I'm going to be a witness of it. So, tune in to the next episode.